We do that. I sat through these hearings for 4 years with some sometimes mind-numbing conversations uh, with your predecessor about a discrimination issue. Shortly after he was confirmed, HUD removed from its website the sub-regulatory non-discrimination guidance for LGBT individuals that help providers meet the standards of existing HUD rules from 2012 to 2016. Uh, Almost 3 years after the promise to review the guidance within a matter of weeks, and more than 6 months after Congress directed the deadline to replace the guidance on the website, that matter passed. HUD informed me last year that it was declining to repost the documents at all. Without this guidance, HUD providers lack the instructions necessary to follow department rules prohibiting the discrimination. Um, excuse me, prohibiting discrimination, and LGBT individuals are more likely to face, as a result, unnecessary and harmful barriers to receiving services they badly need. Do you plan to reverse these decisions and republish either the removed guidance or an updated version with the same purpose in the shortest reasonable timeline?
Absolutely, Mr. Quigley. Thank you so much for the question. I want to say to you that I'm very proud that HUD was the first federal agency to implement the president's executive order on preventing and combating discrimination based on gender identity or sexual orientation. So it is now ingrained in what we are doing in this agency, and I'm very pleased about that. As well, we are looking at some of the other actions that were taken, and we've already done things like change the mixed status rule. We have some things before OMB that are going to be coming very soon. And so I'm very happy about the direction we are going as it relates to equity and equality.
And it sounds from what you said that the answer is obviously yes, but we're talking to the whole country now. So if you could reiterate and broaden your answer to the extent that your time as HUD secretary be to root out LGBTQ discrimination and HUD policies and procedures throughout the entire system, that which still might exist.
Well, it is a directive from not only the president, but from me personally. We have also talked about how we view the charge from the president to make sure that we are including discrimination against LGBTQ individuals caused by HUD's policies, policies that have been historically within the agency as well. We know that now it is the law. We're going to follow it. We're going to be sure that we look at every policy in this agency to determine if, in fact, we are part of the problem. And if we are, we will correct it. It is something that I am committed to, and it is something that I have committed to the president at his directive. Not he asked me to do it, he required that we do it, and I'm happy that he did.
I'm pleased but not surprised. Finally, two recent studies analyzing data collected pursuant to Home Mortgage Disclosure Act found widespread discrimination against same-sex couples in the mortgage industry. One of these studies specifically examined loans insured by the Federal Housing Administration at HUD and found that gay male couples, especially including a person of color, were significantly less likely to have their loans approved than white heterosexual couples. Obviously, this must be a target of yours as well, from what you have said.
It is. I mean, certainly discrimination is built into our system, and it is my responsibility to make equity the top of our agenda. It is something that, again, the president committed us to, and it is something that I would do anyway, because if you look at me, you can tell I have probably been discriminated against in my life as well. So we have a committee now that is to study equity. We have in every single department of this agency those who are looking at how we best address the systemic issues that have prevented people from being treated fairly, whether it be FHA or any other part of this agency, but in particular FHA, because it has been discriminatory practices over the many, many years that has kept people from realizing their dream of home ownership. So I appreciate the question and the line of questioning, but do know that we are committed to making this happen.
My time has expired, but we look forward to working with you. Thank you.